You think you know your cat. You feed them, you play with them, you watch them lounge in that one perfect spot where the afternoon sun hits just right. But here is the question that should haunt every cat owner. Is your indoor cat actually happy? Or are they just going through the motions in a prison they did not choose? Imagine this. Your cat wakes up every single day in the same four walls. No birds to hunt, no grass to roll in, no territorial battles to win. Just you, the furniture, and an endless loop of meals and naps. For a creature whose ancestors roamed the wild, this could either be paradise or a slow descent into quiet misery. The terrifying part, most owners would never know the difference. Cats are masters of disguise. They hide pain, suppress boredom, and bury stress under layers of apparent indifference. Unlike dogs, who wear their emotions like billboards, cats operate in code. A flick of the tail, a certain meow. The way they hold their ears, these are not random. They are signals from a complex emotional universe most people never bother to decode. So how do you crack that code? How do you look at your cat and know, truly know, that they are thriving and not just surviving? Let us start with the eyes. A happy cat has soft eyes. Not wide and alert like they are about to pounce, but relaxed, half-closed, almost lazy. When a cat looks at you and gives you a slow blink, that is not boredom. That is trust. That is the feline equivalent of saying, "I feel safe with you." It is one of the most profound gestures a cat can offer, and most people miss it entirely because they are too busy scrolling on their phones. Now watch the tail. The tail is the emotional antenna of the cat world. A content cat walks around with their tail held high, sometimes with a little question mark curve at the tip. This is confidence. This is joy. But if that tail is low, tucked, or thrashing side to side, you're looking at anxiety or irritation. The tail does not lie. It is the one part of the cat that refuses to play along with their stoic exterior. Then there is the belly. Yes, the belly. When a cat rolls over and exposes their stomach, they are not asking for a roulette. I'll be clear about that. But they are showing you their most vulnerable area, which means they feel safe. A happy indoor cat will do this often, sprawling out in ridiculous positions that would make them easy prey in the wild. It is the ultimate sign of relaxation, a declaration that they trust their environment completely. Listen to the sounds. Purring is the obvious one, but not all purring means happiness. Cats also purr when they are stressed or in pain, using the vibration to self-soothe. But if your cat purrs while kneading their paws into a blanket, drooling slightly, eyes half shut, that is pure bliss. That is a cat who has found their happy place. Pay attention to their meows, too. A happy cat has a varied vocabulary. They chirp at birds through the window, trill when they greet you, and meow in different tones depending on what they want. Silence, on the other hand, can be a red flag. A cat who has stopped communicating may have given up trying. Grooming behavior tells you everything. A happy cat grooms themselves regularly, keeping their coats sleek and clean. But here is where it gets tricky. Too much grooming, licking the same spot over and over until the fur thins or the skin shows, that is stress. That is a cat trying to cope with something they cannot control. On the flip side, a cat who stops grooming altogether, whose fur becomes matted or dull, is likely depressed or ill. The sweet spot is consistent, moderate grooming. That is the sign of a well-adjusted feline. Playfulness does not end with kittenhood. A happy adult cat still plays, even if it is just for a few minutes a day. They pounce on imaginary prey, bat at toys, chase reflections. Play is how cats express their inner wildness, and when they stop playing entirely, something is wrong. Boredom, depression, or physical pain can kill the play drive. If your cat has lost interest in everything, do not brush it off as them getting older. Age does not erase happiness, just changes how it looks. Appetite is a window into the soul. A happy cat eats with enthusiasm. They come running when they hear the food bag rustle. They clean their bowl and maybe even beg for more. But a cat who picks at their food, who eats only out of obligation or skips meals entirely, is waving a red flag. Stress, illness, and depression all manifest in appetite changes. If eating becomes mechanical or stops altogether, your cat is telling you something is deeply wrong. Social behavior matters, even for cats who seem aloof. A happy indoor cat seeks out interaction on their terms. They might follow you from room to room, sit near you while you work, or headbutt your hand for attention. They engage. They participate in the life of the household. A cat who hides constantly, who avoids contact, who spends all day under the bed or in a closet, is not shy. They are scared or miserable. Hiding is a survival instinct, and when it becomes the default, it means your cat does not feel safe in their own home. Finally, watch how they sleep. A happy cat sleeps deeply. They sprawl out, they snore softly, they twitch their paws as they dream of hunting. But a cat who sleeps curled into a tight ball all the time, who startles awake easily, who never seems to fully relax, is carrying stress. Sleep should be restorative, not defensive. If your cat cannot let their guard down even in sleep, their environment is failing them. Here is the hard truth. Happiness is not automatic for indoor cats. It has to be built. It requires enrichment, stimulation, attention, and respect for their nature. A cat is not a decoration. They are a predator trapped in a living room, and if you do not give them outlets for their instincts, they will suffer in silence. But when you get it right, when you decode the signals and create a space where they can thrive, the reward is a creature who chooses to be near you, who trusts you, who shows you their soft belly and their slow blinks. That is not just a happy cat. That is a bond that transcends species, a quiet partnership built on understanding. And in a world that feels increasingly chaotic and disconnected, that might be the most profound thing you can create.